Hey, what's up, my little TisaTellss? And what's up, Sussex Squad? How y'all doing today? Well, if you are Kate Middleton, nigh Kate the Harriet Tubman Middleton, you're literally letting us know that you freed Meghan's descendants, you guys. The British media is losing it. And let me tell you something, whoever's on Kate's PR team, they need to be fired right now. They don't know whether to look left, right, up, or down. First, they tried playing the victim role, right? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Sussex Squad, you remember when she was like, standing next to Meghan was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And everyone looked at her and said, harder than attending the Queen's funeral? Harder than seeing Prince Philip die? Harder than seeing your own grandmom and grandmom die? Harder than standing next to bloodthirsty dictators and smiling? This is the hardest thing you've ever had to do? Kate, shut yourself up, right? That's what they were saying. That's going to be Shade. Should that be her new name? Okay, you know what? Let me stop. Let's be a little mature. Anyway, right? A nice mixture of shut up, Kate. Anyway, okay. So where was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. Kate and her ever-evolving, I don't even know what she's going for. I guess she just wants to win and to be looked at in a superior way. But they're cycling through the news so quick we don't know what to do. So first she tried playing victim. Even her own people dragged her like, girl, shut up, get off the floor. Then she tried to be the great white hope for all the people that don't like the mixed race woman in the British family, letting us know that it wasn't Meghans' choice not to come. Nah, right? Not nay, Camilla. You sit down. We'll get to you in the next video, right? Nah, it wasn't Meghan's choice not to come. Meghan didn't come because Kate told her, you best not bring yourself over here. And everyone was like, say what? And she was like, her PR team were like, yeah, Kate was having none of it. And I was like, but you just finished playing the victim not even 2 days ago. That is 2 news cycles. Now you're letting us know that you're Debo from Friday talking about Meghan can't come to this coronation. First of all, Kate, it's not even your coronation, right? It's Camilla and Charles's coronation. And 2, Kate, you better worry about whether you're ever going to be queen. Because let me tell y'all something. You know what happens when someone's the Prince of Wales. And again, if Camilla could become mistress of the century, Kate Rose is probably sitting there with stars in her eyes saying, you know what? Maybe me and William could work. Look at Camilla, and she's been anointed queen. And we know William is never going to anoint Kate queen. She's always going to be queen consort. But anyway, right? Then, not even a day after that, they changed the news cycle to say, right? Now, you guys, we're ratcheting up the insaneness. When we come to the way, Kate is basically a freedom fighter who freed Meghan's people and is the reason Harry could marry Meghan. Let's get into this, right? Okay, so not even then, a day after that, it turned into, well, actually, she said she could come, right? I guess Camilla and Charles was like, makes it seem like you have too much power and control. Okay, fine. I'd accepted if the king wanted her there, but I said she's gonna have to sit in the back. And everybody said, you mean like Rosa Parks, your black in-law, has to sit at the back of the church in the Abbey? People started raising their voices and saying, and there's our favorite KKK Kate, right? Well, Kate has a new personality, new angle. I will say one thing about Kate. She is remarkably consistent. And by consistent, I mean she is unhinged. Every single time Kate wakes up, I think she's humming to herself, everything is content, everything is content, everything is content, everything is content. Okay, so where we are. First, she's so scared of Meghan, she couldn't even stand next to her, and actually walking around with her was the hardest thing she's ever done. Then she was a bully that told Meghan, you better not come to the coronation. Then she was like, fine, I'll respect what the king says, because I love the king, and you too, Camilla. But Meghan has to sit in the back. Y'all, there was so much blowback saying, Kate, you know this sounds a little bit racist. And what the F are you talking about? Now the Mail has published this truly unhinged article proudly saying that Kate's ancestor not only played a key role in abolishing slavery, but in addition to that, she's the direct reasons why Meghan's great-great-great-grandfather was freed and allowed to, with his wife, who was also a slave, allowed to move, and that would eventually, and make their way in America, and that would eventually become the house that Doria currently lives in. Y'all, the Daily Mail is trying to say that Meghan should be thanking Kate for being a free man. Y'all, I give it to the Daily Mail. They are stretching this. They are writing it out. I give it to Kate. Kate is doing her best to find some narrative that sticks with the public. You guys, listen. But listen, not only did she play that direct role, she was the greatest American abolitionist. Okay, so know whatever Kate's family is, they're the greatest at it. They're talking about Harriet Martineau, I don't know, Harriet M., who fought a lifelong battle to abolish slavery and racism in the U.S. Now, get this. This comes from, according to the Daily Mail, this comes from the father's side. Now, like I said, I'd like a fact check. I do not believe this is even true, but I want to see a fact check. But even then, are you serious? They literally had the nerve to throw in something saying, yeah, unlike William, who spoke out about it, Kate's family actually fought. You guys, let me just read you some of this passage, because it is truly they said, in fact, the Daily Mail, hold on, I have to go back one sentence. They said, we can all agree that the slave trade was abhorrent. They put it in parentheses. But as the historian Lord Andrew Roberts has pointed out, there's no justification for blaming Charles III for the actions of Charles II. I agree. There is no justification. However, there is no justification for Charles III to hold on to the spoils of all the profit he made from the abhorrent slave trade. So if we are not going to hold you responsible for the failures of Charles II, you should not have access to be responsible for the wins of Charles II. That's what we're mad about. And they know that. Like, give us the money. We don't care if you're the king of England. Get off that $1 billion. Anyway, right? They said, in fact, the Daily Mail can reveal that the ancestor of at least one senior royal played a key role in the movement that led to the abolition of slavery in the British Empire in 1837 and the United States in 1869. For the Princess of Wales' great-great-great-great-aunt, Norfolk-born Harriet M. became known as the greatest American abolitionist. Again, I want a fact check. After fighting a lifelong she was a greater abolitionist than John Luther? Or is it Martin Luther? Who was the abolitionist? Hold on. I'm going to have to check this. Is it John Luther or Martin Luther? But you're even greater than him? I cannot believe this. The fact that they would print this, listen, it gets even more. George Luther, John Brown. That's who I'm thinking about. Jim Brown. Listen, there are so many abolitionists. The point of the matter is, now Kate's thing is the greatest. I can't. And a fascinating twist to history. It was her lobbying of U.S. President James Madison and Andrew Jackson that ultimately set in motion Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. First of all, anyone that knows anything about American history, not to take away from whatever Harriet did do, I still don't believe that she's related to Kate. I'm going to need more information. Yes, but everybody played a role. To say you were the greatest and you were responsible, are you serious? Of course they're serious. Get this. And in a fascinating twist of history, it was her lobbying the U.S. President James Madison and Andrew Jackson that ultimately set in motion Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. Why can't I talk? Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, are y'all ready for this? The declaration that freed the Duchess of Sussex's great-great-great-grandfather, Stephen Raglan, from servitude. Historian Michael Reed, who discovered the connection, said that although Harry and Meghan have been accused of inferring racism in the royal family, our future queen has an ancestor who nobly fought the battle of free slaves in America. Can we get a fact check on all her other ancestors? Because I'm willing to bet. Well, no, again, her mom was a flight attendant, so maybe they didn't hold slaves, but not because they're against it. I'm guessing they didn't hold slaves because they didn't have the money to. Anyway, they said she may be relatively forgotten in Britain nowadays, right? But she was a formidable sociologist and social reformer who was friends with a generation of Victorian-era visionaries, including Florence Nightingale. Yeah, I'm going to need a fact check, because how did you descend from this intellectual woman who stood on the fury and might of her words just to mumble your way to be Queen of England? Anyway, she confronted male prejudice to carve out a career as a writer, becoming friends with the novelist George Eliot, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Charlotte Bronte, and Charles Dickens. Again, Kate, I don't see the bloodline link. And the poet William Wordsworth, as well as the Darwin brothers, Charles and Aramis. Yeah, and this had to be on your daddy's side. And Kate, we all know you take after your mama. Literally. Of course, the Daily Mail had to be unhinged, even when they're trying to give Kate a big up, they still have to be misogynistic. They then go into talking about how ugly she was. Literally, they had a quote from Charles Darwin saying, "I was astonished to find how ugly she is." And one ought to look at her as a woman. That's how they rectified Kate having an ancestor that freed the slaves. And that actually Harry should be thanking Meghan, because without Kate, because without Kate, he never would have met Meghan unless he went to the slave quarters. They are unhinged. And the way they rectify Kate being lineage to such a powerful woman is the fact that, well, she was ugly. Kate's beautiful. So I'd rather have a beautiful mumbling queen than a powerful woman that single-handedly changed the course of the U.S. and Britain slave trade and emancipated. Y'all, listen. Kate needs to sit down, but I'm saying they still have 3 more weeks of unhinged stories. So please, 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 please stay tuned. You ain't seen nothing yet. But kudos to Meghan for still remaining dignified, being stoic, and still keeping undercover. Because I know Kate is sitting there waiting for her to show up somewhere doing something so she can steal whatever Meghan's next inspo mood inspiration board is. Anyway, you guys, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later.